Welcome to the Poos, home of that big ass candle on the side of the highway and a couple of chicks I used to bang. Alright, it's 9:30 Saturday morning. Got my bro Eric with me. We are just pulling out of the Barton gas station. Gonna head to the coast today. We're gonna go up to Long Beach. We're heading up to Long Beach, Washington. Gonna hang out up in that area today. What's up, man? Yeah, my father-in-law has a place up there at the coast. My family's already up there visiting. He just had a hip replacement not that long ago, and he's getting up there in years, and he needs some help with some stuff. So I'm gonna go take a look at a few projects that he wants to look at doing, one of which is we need to replace his heat pump. The thing's gone tits up. It just so happens that I'm in the HVAC industry, so we'll go take a look and see what I can do to get him a replacement. So this should be a fun little rip today. It's a little nippy this morning, but supposed to get downright hot or around town here in the Portland area this weekend, so I'm supposed to get into the triple digits. So being at the coast will be a little nicer. It ain't gonna be quite as fucking hot up there. All right, so today let's talk about my setup for motorcycle vlogging. None of this is really all that original. I kind of just watched several different vloggers and saw what kind of setups they were using and decided to try to do it myself. We're going to start with my B-roll camera, which is this guy right here. I think I paid 50 bucks for it or something. It's an Akaso, some kind of Chinese bullshit, you know, knockoff GoPro. It's all right for the money. My biggest complaint with it is that it tends to like shut itself off every once in a while. It really doesn't like the hot weather. I struggled with it when I was in Nevada and Utah, down south in the sunshine and the heat. It really hated the heat. My main camera, which I've got here on my helmet, I went with a GoPro Hero Silver. No, it's a Hero Black. Hero 4 Black. A lot of the vloggers are using the GoPro Hero 4 over the newer ones, and I think it's mostly because of this microphone adapter right here. The newer ones have this giant fucking block you gotta stick to your helmet somewhere. I might stick this one somehow to keep it from flopping around, but right now it doesn't really bother me. Actually, that's not the thing. This is, excuse me, I'm totally fucking wrong. The adapter is the tiny little one that I've got going to this microphone. I just bought a really cheap, like, little auxiliary boom mic for, like, plug it into a smartphone or a computer or whatever if you're doing, you know, Skype meetings, Zoom meetings, whatever. And I routed that. You can see I took some good Velcro here and I attached it in there and I ran it up, and I basically tucked the little microphone right behind the microphone for my comm set, and it kind of holds it in place there. It works out really good. My biggest complaint with it is that it picks up every fucking breath that I take and makes me sound like way fatter than I really am, which is, you know, totally not needed. Why is this fucking microphone trying to embarrass me? This nonsense here that I've got going on is the battery eliminator cable. Now, I've seen where some of the more popular vloggers are taking an auxiliary battery pack and they're like attaching it to the rear of their helmet. I just didn't need to go that route. This is already enough shit on my helmet. I don't need an extra big battery on the fucking back of it. So what I did, and I'll probably clean this mess up, but this whole mess, let me stop here at the stoplight. This whole mess down here in the fairing, I've basically ran my battery tender under my tank and put a USB port on it right there. What I did from there was I just connected that to a little cheapy solar panel auxiliary battery that I had laying around. I stuck Velcro on the back of it and I Velcroed it to the bracket there on my fairing, and I split it, and I've got one of the wires powers my cell phone, and the other one I've got plugged into this battery eliminator. So far it's worked out really good, and it gives me an extra battery to take off the bike and carry around with me if I need it. You know, in an emergency situation, I can throw it out in the sunshine, let it get a little bit of a trickle charge off that solar. So that's working out pretty good. You can see here I just used like one of those frame housings, little skeleton frame. It has to have the open side. I haven't ridden in the rain with this thing. I'd imagine if I get caught in a downpour somewhere, I'm just going to pull it off and throw it in my saddlebags. You know, no reason frying the goddamn camera for, you know, some nonsense footage. Well, let's see, what else? Just so you know, I'm shooting. What am I shooting in? I'm not. These both could shoot in 4K. Totally unnecessary. You know, all it does is make huge fucking file sizes. It takes even longer to transfer shit around and upload, and it's just not needed. I shoot in 1080p. I shoot at 60 frames per second just in case I want to, you know, slow-mo some footage or something. You know, at 60 frames per second, I ought to be able to slow it down to, you know, half speed or a little under half speed and still get nice looking slow-mo shots. I believe the standard frames per minute, or frames per second, for like network TV, I believe is 24 frames per second. At least that's what it used to be. So anything above that is just going to make your slow-mo footage look a lot cleaner. They'll shoot up to like 120 frames per second. Again, totally not necessary. So anyway, that's what I use. If anybody's got any questions about, you know, how I set up my rig or any of these mounts that I use, these are just some Chinese camera mounts, GoPro mounts. You know, I didn't buy the GoPro branded ones, so I got these Chinese, you know, cheapy ones off of Amazon. It's pretty much where I get most of this kind of shit. That's where I got the camera. I actually bought a refurbished camera, saved a little money there, and yeah, everything seems to be working out so good. I've only uploaded one video so far, so, you know, video too, you know, soon to come. Hopefully I'm gathering some good footage today. I was a little lazy. I didn't come up with any good talking points, so we'll talk about the camera setup. The weird thing with all this vlogging is talking to the cameras, especially when I'm riding around in city traffic like this. I always feel like everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Talking to himself like one of the bums, one of the I shouldn't say bums, one of the crazy homeless people out of the many crazy homeless people who inhabit our fine city. There seems to be a lot of them lately. That's typically who I'm seeing talking to themselves, so makes me feel, oh, I got a nose itch. Makes me feel a little self-conscious, you know, especially trying to be animated, not just being stiff here talking like this, like a fucking robot. You know, I try to engage, so, but it does kind of feel weird. If you love dead seagulls, that's the bridge for you. Did you notice?
Oh, they're fucking all over.
Every time I go through there, there's at least 10 dead birds on that bridge.